Okay, this is just going to be a coffee and chat. This is my third iteration of what I was trying to do. I'm just going to scrap the last two things I was talking about. This is going to be a long video. If you don't like long videos, scram. Or come back when you're on a stool and you have a few minutes to finish up my video. I'm just going to show the machines that I currently own. I don't know I own every single one. I don't intend to. I did because it was fun and I was getting great deals, but wife said no, so I'm not doing that anymore. But I have most of them. And this is my wife's S50. It's a portable machine, and it comes with personal cup. And I have the carafe. Now this is not detailed, look, this is the machine, this is specs and all that stuff and questions. I'm just showing what I have right now. That's all gonna be later on. I just need material for my weekly uploads. So yeah, I like it. Been using it for the 90-day challenge, and every single day in every blend, no excuses. And it's been a trooper. Nothing wrong with anything, any component. The performance is top notch. And this is certified reconditioned. It's not even a brand new machine that we bought. It's certified reconditioned and it's working fantastic. Fantastic. So this is a primary machine that we're using right now. All right, so I'm just gonna put that to the side because that stays on the counter for most of the time. Put the flip top cap on the bottom of this and just, there you go, there for now. Yeah, I'm just using this primarily for everything, just for the test, because people say that this is a bad Vitamix and it's not. All right, to move forward, this is my real daily driver, Vitamix 7500. It's a quintessential Vitamix now. The Ascent series is still trying to catch up to being the quintessential Vitamix, but right now this is the quintessential Vitamix. This is only the one step underneath a Pro 750. A lot of people ask, what's the difference between the Pro 750 and the 7500? They're the same exact machine. The only difference is this one doesn't have programs. I don't need programs. I'm not that busy in the kitchen to warrant having programs. I don't develop recipes specifically for programs or anything like that. I don't really use program recipes. I just know when something's done the way I want it to through proficiency and experience, that I just need variable speed. Simple, no frills, whatever. But I have the basic with low profile 64-ounce container, and I'm not going to go on a rant about the low profile 64-ounce container, but I don't use this container unless I use it primarily as a food chopper, because the blade is so big in here that it's really good for chopping up big things like big pieces of broccoli and cauliflower to rice it up. So that's primarily what I use this for. You can see it's pretty much brand new. And so for my regular everyday blends, I just have a 48-ounce container. And I think anybody who's looking to get a Vitamix for the first time, don't even bother with, I'll just get an E310. It comes with the 48-ounce container and a simple motor base. It's the same exact switches. It has on off 1 to 10. I keep saying 0, but 1 to 10 and a pulse. Same exact switches. It just comes with 48-ounce container. And if you're into like the single serve stuff, 90% of the time, just get this one, because this will do single serve a lot better than the big one, because you need more ingredients to cover the blade. So you probably end up with like 2 servings or whatever. And a lot of people argue, I could do a single serving with the big one. It depends on what you put in there. Ingredients are not all the same. Recipes are not all the same. So anyway, this is the quintessential. Highly recommend getting a smaller container. If you feel that you're going to be doing a lot of big batches, get it with the big one. But I use the 48 ounce. So this is going to be showcased a little bit later, as far as like containers and stuff. But that's my 7500. This is also certified reconditioned, and it's never slowed down on me. Nothing. It's performed perfectly. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we're just gonna go to. Now I said that we're gonna go newer to older, but we just went slightly older, so we're just gonna go back to newer. No editing. I don't care about editing. So I'm just gonna get my next machine, if I can get it out, because I have so much stuff, so much Vitamix stuff, it's crazy. But there are people crazier than me, and they have way more stuff. But I have enough. Here's my other machine. The top of the line currently at Vitamix. Top of the line. The A3500, and I do have the container. Again, I have to, oh my gosh, all this stuff is falling all over the place. It's all very neatly organized until you try to move something. Move that one out of the way. Okay. I do have the A3500, top of the line, Vitamix. Why do I have it? Because it's just a toy. Do you need it? Nobody needs a Vitamix of this upper level. If you need a Vitamix, get an E310. Get the cheapest Vitamix that you can afford, because they all do practically the same thing. The only difference is this one looks fancier. It is more convenient, and you can use the app with it, the Vitamix app, and command it to have custom programs. This one has pre-programs on it, but any Vitamix Ascent series, like the Ventura series, can work with the app, and you can have custom program anyway. So this has a presets, a timer, you know, some touch buttons, and a little variable dial here. I call it the infinity dial because it doesn't stop. It's like one of those radios that you can just go from 0 to whatever volume, 10 volume, and it just keeps spinning it, but you know, you can't go any higher. But yeah, I have the 3500. It's a toy. It's primarily for fun, because I want to get the blending bowls. There we go. I want to do the blending bowls. Blending bowls for me would be advantageous because I'm on a low-calorie diet, and I don't want to make like a large amount of like nut butters and stuff like that because it's so high fat. Sometimes I just want a little bit of peanut butter, and it's just a little bit. So, you know, I have this with the blending bowls. Now, to buy like, you know, $600 machine just to do that, no, don't do that. But like I said, for me, this is an enthusiast hobby type thing, so I spend the money on it. I don't care. You know, whatever. I'll buy whatever I want, and I want to do the blending bowls. So therefore, I need an Ascent series. So I found this for about the same price as a lower end, not lower end, but a cheaper, less expensive Ascent series, like a 2300, something like that. I got it for about a similar price. So it's like, well, I'll just get all the bells and whistles. You know, top of the line machine. This is the other one I have. It's very, very good for the handful of times I've used it. And the fun fact is, I've never blended food in that. Not once. Just the water demonstration, that's about it. How about I sip some coffee? That's part of YouTube entertainment. You get to see me sip some coffee. Okay, so that was the A3500. Now let's go back a little bit. Going back to the future now. Here is my S50 for anyone who doesn't believe that I have my own. This is my own. I purchased it brand new out of the box. And it's the same exact model, so I'm not even going to get into that. It's just I have an S50 as well. Trying to get the S55, but at the time they were already phasing it out. So I just like, I don't care. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one is my favorite, the absolute favorite. Because it is my first Vitamix ever. And that is the 5200. Come on, cord, don't screw with me now. Okay, this 5200 with the classic style 64 ounce container. Now I'm not going to go rant about the 64 ounce container. I love this container. I'm going to rant about everybody, you know, the whole low profile and tall container thing later. Not in this video, but yes, I do have my 5200. I love this machine to death. It was my first Vitamix, and the way it works is super awesome. I love it. I'm not going to go into detail about it. Like I said, that's just another video, but this is what I have with the tall container. And if you can't tell, this is a brand new tall container. The other tall container I had a snafu with it, which was my fault, and I kind of destroyed the blade. I destroyed the blade, the bearing on the bottom, and I'll go into a little story about that. Okay, so so this is how I destroyed my last container. So I was doing something with a tamper. I think it was an ice cream, or it was a nut butter. It was one of those two where you have to tamp a lot. And I think it was a strawberry ice cream, because strawberries are really, really tough, especially if you have a strawberry that's like a golf ball size or tennis ball size. And it's like, you know, you don't realize it and you're trying to get it down there. So I'm sitting there with the tamper, you know, ripping on it, you know, because that's how I've done it for, you know, 6 years. And what happened was I went and kind of pressed too hard to one side, and I knocked it this way, like it got on an angle, and the motor just, because of the angle, just destroyed the bearing that's on the bottom here. See this bearing here? It just totally destroyed it, and it started leaking, and this, oh my gosh, I was like, yep, that was me. I destroyed it. And of course, it didn't have warranty at that time, but you know, I just bought a new one. A lot of people, you know, can't afford to have the Vitamix out of commission, and luckily, I had my 7500 already at the time. And that's what happened. It was I was using the 64 ounce tall on the 7500. And it destroyed it. There we go. But other than that, that was a little mini story. The 5200. I love this machine. When I bought it, it had the dry container. It was the full super edition. That's why they put super on it. When you see a Vitamix and it's like you get a good deal on one, and you see one without the super on it, the only thing that makes it super is it comes with a dry container. That's the only thing that makes it super. It's not any more powerful or anything like that. It doesn't turn water into wine. But that's just a simple tidbit about the 5200. My favorite machine. I love it, and highly recommend it if that's the one you can get a hold of. So that's 5200. That is the C series. Another thing, yeah. So the 7500 is a G series, and this is what's called the C series, with the ones with the tall container. A lot of people ask that question. That's C series, and this is pretty much a lot of the accessories work from this series forward. Because before this series, there was